Amid China's rising aggression, a nighttime incident has forced Taipei into a sudden high-alert move and thrown a spotlight on the risks facing its frontline pilots. Taiwan reportedly halted all F-16 training missions after losing contact with a pilot on January 6, suspending flights while investigators and rescuers went to work. The development was reported by the South China Morning Post a day later, citing defense officials and local media in Taipei. The decision followed a nighttime training flight that ended in an emergency ejection over waters off Taiwan's east coast. The pilot and the F-16V fighter jet remain missing off Taiwan's eastern coast, according to accounts carried by the SCMP. The pilot took off at 6:17 p.m. for routine night training, according to Taiwan's Central News Agency. Contact was lost around 7:29 p.m. near Hualien County, as per official reports from Taiwan's Air Force. Taiwan's Air Force said the pilot reportedly parachuted from the F-16V before disappearing into the sea. Neither the pilot nor the aircraft has been located so far, authorities have confirmed in public statements. Taiwan's Air Force and Coast Guard activated emergency search protocols immediately after losing contact. 3 vessels and 6 boats were deployed despite rough seas and low temperatures, according to local reports. Cargo ships and fishing boats in the area were also asked to assist in the search effort, the SCMP reported. Marker buoys were reportedly placed to track ocean currents and estimate the likely drift of the missing pilot. Taiwan's Interior Ministry said search operations continued through the night, despite challenging conditions. It is to be noted that this is not the first time an F-16V crashed during training in Taiwan in recent years. In January 2022, an F-16V crashed during a training mission with the pilot remaining unaccounted for. Media reports noted that Taiwan's F-16 jets lack automatic collision avoidance systems found on some newer fleets. China Times said past incidents were linked to the absence of this early warning technology and protection. Taiwan's Air Force said training will now place greater emphasis on night flight and disorientation risks for pilots. Future missions will focus on correcting abnormal maneuvers and spatial orientation errors, according to the SCMP. The F-16 is reportedly Taiwan's most used fighter and a core part of its air defense posture against China. Last month, F-16s monitored China's Fujian aircraft carrier as it transited through the Taiwan Strait. Taiwan has confirmed that new F-16V Block 70 jets completed taxi tests in the United States ahead of delivery. Deliveries were delayed by supply chain issues, but are meant to modernize and relieve pressure on the existing fleet. Taiwan is facing rising military pressure as China expands what it calls real-world combat readiness around the island. Remember, Beijing claims Taiwan as its territory and has not ruled out using force to bring it under control. In his New Year address, China's President Xi Jinping reaffirmed his intention to eventually annex Taiwan. While the United States does not formally recognize Taiwan as a state, it is legally obliged to help Taipei defend itself.